Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Success Coaching with Coach Manny Nowak. It is great to have you here today. I know we've been kind of playing hooky on the video for the last few weeks, but I hope you've been reading the articles anyway. Today, we're going to pick up kind of on what the last week's article talked about, time management. Today, we go to discipline, because the two are just like that. If you don't have both of them, wow, are you going to have any real success? So, there's the website. You can find us. Just a word. Here's the book. How's that? Get a shot there? It's a new book. Make sure you get your copy from the website. A lot of stuff we teach on here is in the book. And if you like what you're seeing, get yourself a copy. All right, let's talk about discipline. Have you got it? Are you ready? Well, you probably get it in easier than I did. I got mine in the Marine Corps, and it wasn't really that nice. Okay. Anyhow, we're going to talk about six-pack today. The six-pack of success with discipline. The first thing we're going to talk about is schedule. You have to have a schedule, but you know what? People can have a great schedule, and it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference, because the schedule without the execution is worthless. So what you have to have is you have to have a schedule, and you have to stick to it. That's the discipline. I said I was going to do this at 8, this at 10, this at 12, this at 1, and you do it and you execute. If you can do that, you have point 1 good. Number 2, you have to have a routine. And you know what? I'm going to tell you honestly, I hate routines. I live for variety. But routines drive me crazy. However, routines create tremendous success. When I created a routine where I got up every day and spent the first 2 hours of the day reading, studying, and reflecting, it changed my whole life. Now, I didn't start with 2 hours either. I started with 1 hour, and then I went to 2. But now, when I don't get that time, when I get thrown out of my routine, I'm not very happy. So, what I want you to do is find those things that you need to do, that you want to do, that you have to do. Create a routine saying every day, from this time to this time, that's what I'm going to do. In exercise, it's so critical. If I want to walk, I have to create a routine that says I'm going to walk at this time every day. Because if I don't, it just doesn't happen. So a great key is a routine. But again, just like schedule, you have to stick to it. And number 3 goes without saying. Discipline means doing something. You know how I talk all the time about decision making. Make a decision. If you make the wrong one, you can make another one. Take some action. If you do something and it's wrong, or it's not quite where you want, or it's not quite where you want to be, all you got to do is change, right? Make another decision. And meanwhile, the person's sitting over there and they're not getting anything done. When I speak, I always ask that question. How many people in here have a problem with procrastination? And all I see is smiles all over the place, right? Because everyone has it. Well, action cures procrastination, and action is a key element to discipline. So you have a schedule that you stick to, you have your routines, and you take action. Number 4. We talked about this one last week in time management, didn't we? And we are going to do a video on that time management from last week. We just haven't got there yet. No. In time management, we teach you to say no. In discipline, it's just as important. We got to teach you to say no. No, I can't do that right now because I'm disciplined. No. Now, does it always work? No. Are there situations where you have to do it and you have to go outside? Yes. But learn to say no, because this is what you'll find out. 90% of the time, it works. Number 5. And I know many of you out there don't like it when I talk about early. You don't like it when I talk about getting up early. You know, I get up 5:30 every day. And a lot of mornings I'll wake up at 4:45 or so. Man, when you get up early, things get amazing. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. In reference to discipline, what we're going to talk about is getting there early. In other words, when you have an appointment, get there early. When you have a meeting, get there early. Why? You'd be amazed sometimes who you meet there, who gets there early, who may be a person for you. Second thing is, when you keep trying to get there early, a lot of times you'll find you just make it because things come up. If those things are going to come up anyway, and if you didn't start out early, that's why people are always late. So if you get there 10, 15 minutes early, so what? Get your smartphone out, and we talked about that, right? Using those, and do something with it. But get there early. Here's what happens. You get there early, you meet amazing people, amazing things happen, and guess what? When you get there early, you get done early, and a lot of times, you can get home early. What does that do for you? One more. And the final one is focus. If you can't focus, and you know how many times we've talked about single threading instead of multitasking. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. The other day, I had a real critical project I was working on for my business. And I spent the entire day on that project. I didn't do anything else. But that requires focus and it requires discipline. And it required me to hide somewhere to do it too. But if that's what it takes, you have to do that. But focus. Stop trying to do everything. Those that try to do everything end up doing nothing. And just repeat. Schedule it. Stick to the schedule. That's discipline. Get in the routine things done. Get action. Learn to say no. Come on. Get there early. And get up early too. And focus. Wow. Get this discipline together. And what's that going to do for your business? What's that going to do for your life? What's that going to do for your family? If you get some discipline, what can happen? You can create great success. What I do it? Oh, and don't forget, there's a great chapter in the book on discipline. There's a great chapter on time management. Get your copy. It's out on the website. I'm not sure it's out on Amazon yet, but it will be shortly. Failure creates success. Discipline is one of those keys. I want you to have a great week out there. It is Labor Day weekend when we're recording this. Enjoy yourself out there. Have a great weekend. And remember, success requires discipline. Coach Manny Nowak, the website. Thank you. It's been my pleasure as always.